Check, check, check. You guys there? Can you hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me. Is the volume on? I don't see my volume thing going up. So let me know if you guys. I'm not sure if you can. All right. Can anyone hear me? You can hear me? All right. Good enough for me. If Leandra can hear me, then that's all that I care about. All right. What's up, guys? We just got back from Oklahoma City. So that was last night, late last night. I got in around, I think like 9 or so, and then we had to drive back. So I got in around like a 10 or 11. And then I had to do my dunks at night in the dark. I don't know if you guys still watch my video, but I had to make sure that I stayed up with that. So it's pretty hard with the time change too, because it's like 3 hours time difference. But we got in and did our thing. It was a pretty fun 2 trips. We had Atlanta, and then we had Oklahoma City. And let me think, we had 2 games the first trip, and then 5 games the second trip. All right, and that's a lot for everybody. It's a lot for me. You know, I waste energy just coaching, but for the players, it's a lot, especially the players that were part of our original 5. We had 5 kids the first game, 6 the second game, and even toward the end we had 7. So everyone had to play a lot. They were playing about 2, 3, or 4 years up, since we were made up of if you guys just finished a grade, we were made up of 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders, and the people that we were playing against were 9th and 10th graders. I put a highlight reel of Finley online, so you guys could kind of see like what she was up against. I thought she did pretty well. Jabbar helped us out a lot. Ian played well. We had Zach help carry us toward the end. Mama was there. Andre and was there as well. If I'm missing anybody, my bad. I think that's about everybody. All right. We stayed in the Airbnb together as well. So it was kind of like a little like trip, like, even like off the court, it was like fun to hang out, to do things, to see each other's like patterns and like styles and stuff like that. I challenged the kids to do a few morning workouts. And I was just like basically just overall seeing what everyone was made of. And I think that these trips are huge, right? These trips they're very hard for the kids, because there's something like new and there's something like different, right? And it kind of just tells you if you're on the right track to being as great as you want to be. But I know on these trips, like even like Finley's probably like our most focused player. Even Finley wasn't waking up and doing extra work on the road. If our game was at 2, I don't think she was finding a court to go shoot on. That's reserved for extremely special people, and you want to slowly make yourself that. All right. Cam wasn't there because of the same reasons that you guys weren't there, because of all the COVID concerns. But he was going to be there, but then at the last second, they didn't like that Oklahoma City was kind of more open. When we went to Atlanta, they were so masked up. Like California, is maybe we'll wear masks, maybe we won't, but most people do. Well, like Georgia, they had their businesses open, so we were thinking, well, maybe they don't care about the virus, but no, it was actually like the opposite. They were way more masked up. But then we went to Oklahoma City, and they definitely like there were so many people not wearing masks. So for Cam and his mom, and like his grandfather, things like that, they were watching out for the whole virus thing. So only certain people went, and that's how it is. But we made it work. So it was pretty hard, but it was fun. Again, today, our quote of the day is "Be yourself." So 2-word quote: Be yourself. All right, but here's a funny one too. I told Ben this today. Um, a brand is like this. This is like a brand. This is our name, 50, FIFT, then Y. It says it upside down as well. That's a brand. And we're the Pepsi All Stars brand. There's also Nike brands. There's brands like McDonald's, right? There's all these brands, like the brand names of things. And when you do a brand, you have to do it so that your brand name is like positive, right? You don't want your brand associated with something negative. So for some of these like sponsors, sometimes like let's say that McDonald's sponsored, so that McDonald's sponsored the NBA basketball team, right? And then all of a sudden that NBA basketball team goes out and does something crazy, like stupid. Well, the McDonald's would probably pull their sponsorship because they don't want to say, "Hey, we sponsor them and they do this stuff." So what I talked to Ben about is that you want to protect your brand name. You want to make sure that your brand name is doing the right things, and that people think positive of your brand name. So when they hear your brand, they think that it's a good thing. So when you hear something like Mercedes Benz, and you're in America, when you hear something like Mercedes Benz in America, you know that's a nice car. Well, Mercedes goes out of their way to make you think that, because in Europe, Mercedes Benz is actually just another, and like any other car place. And they don't just make cars. They don't just make nice cars. They also make cheap cars in Europe. It says Mercedes Benz, has the logo on it, on the really really cheap bad car. They also make pickup trucks. They say Mercedes Benz. They make trash trucks. They make bicycles. Mercedes Benz makes everything. They don't just make nice cars. So in Europe, Mercedes Benz is like whatever. But here in America, they say they make sure that the only Mercedes Benz that exist are luxury vehicles. So then people think, oh yeah, Mercedes Benz equals nice. So it's a weird thing. So I say all that to say the quote of the day is to be yourself, but you should see yourself as a brand name, and you get to say what you want to be. So if you say, well, I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna, you know, who I am is a person who doesn't work out. Who I am is a person who works this hard. Well, that's not a good version of yourself. You can make yourself whoever you want to be, and then you can be that self. All right, you can decide whoever you want to be. It's not selling out. You don't have to say, well, that's just not who I am. That's not what I do. And then the coach is like saying, hey, work harder, do this, and you don't you don't get to say, well, that's not who I am. You can change who you are. You can be anything that you want to be. All right, so don't just be yourself. Be the best version of yourself. For drills, let me see. Some elementary school drills. A great one that I want to talk about is I want to walk through the mid post series later on, but to begin with, I want to talk about twist passes. And twist passes, if you're talking about the games this weekend, I don't know if you guys have watched the tape. I'm adding a few more videos to it, but twist passes, they came in handy. All right, people who were able to pass the ball with their correct hand, right hand if I pass this way, left hand if I pass that way, they were more likely to get their passes off. If you had to pass the ball across your body, they're going to block it. But if you pass it this way with the left hand, but also twist your body and then pass with the outside hand, now they can't really block the ball. And that's when you'll be able to make sure that you pass the ball from one side to the other without it getting deflected. That's a very, very important thing, because if they can deflect the passes, then they slow down your offense. Then they get steals. Then they basically will have a huge chance to beat you, because basketball it's a numbers game. And if you can shoot 80 shots and they shoot 40 shots, you're more likely to win. But if you turn the ball over and they shoot, they're more likely to win because they're going to get more shots on the basket. So you want to make sure that you get as many shots up as possible. Yes, you want to be able to make those shots. Yes, you want to like practice working on like shooting the best shot possible, but getting any shot on the rim, if you shoot a whole bunch of them, it's gonna make your team more likely to win. So you need to make sure that you can pass the ball correctly, so you can have fewer turnovers, so that you can get the ball in the probably the best person's hands so that they can shoot. That's your job as a teammate, and there's no better way to get it there than with the twist pass. So you can make this pass off the wall if you to practice it. You just want to make sure that you're strong enough, that you're accurate enough to twist, put your hand this way, go forward, and make a pass with either hand. I and do it all the time, so you're not passing the ball across your body. And also, when you make a pass, as you're making it, if the defense starts to react, you can pump fake. And you want to that's why you want to have two hands on the ball and not just fling the ball. You don't want to pass it with just one hand. You keep two hands on it, and then extend, and then you can flick. All right. So twist passes are a very, very important part of the game. Let's go with another one for elementary that I like to bring up is one-on-one defense only. All right. For one-on-one defense only, you would pass the ball to the person just like it's cutthroat one-on-one. So you pass it to them and you close out. But then you play defense. But only difference is if they make it or if they miss it, you stay on defense. All right. And if you have multiple people for your team, then you have a different offensive player each time, but you stay on defense. And you go 10 straight times just playing defense. All right. And the point of this is to see if you can improve your defensive game. All right. You want to make sure that you step correctly with the right leg each time. You want to make sure that you're spaced out. Again, when we were playing defense in this tournament, we were way too close to the other team. You want to be spaced out, arm's length away, so that you can take a quick step with the correct step. And then the last thing for this defense only thing is I want you guys to love playing defense. I want you to love playing defense. So you're playing one-on-one, but you're saying, hey, you stay on offense the whole time. That's not even a one-on-one game. That would be the coolest one-on-one game ever if you did that. If you're like, hey, you want to play one-on-one with me? And he's like, oh, yeah, sure, let's do it. And you're like, great, I'll play defense the entire time for an hour. Your friend would love you because you would be like just giving him every single shot. He'd be like, really? I get to just shoot this whole time? You're like, yeah. If someone loved playing defense that much, they would become really strong with their legs, really fast with their speed. They would become really smart with their contesting of shots. They would just become one of the greatest defenders of all time. I could not imagine that, but this drill is supposed to last just for 10. I would love it if you just put a timer on it. You say 10 minutes. Can I guard you for 10 minutes? I don't know anyone who would say no to that, unless you were like monumentally better than them. Just look at them and say, hey, can you help me play basketball real quick? I will play you one-on-one, and I want to only play defense for 10 minutes. Thank you. And if you have that mentality where you love defense that much, I assure you it's going to go a long way. You'll be able to figure out stuff just like figuring out your shot. And if you're a person who can guard someone to that extent, you always have a spot on the court. All right, because the people that can stop the other team from scoring are just as important as the people who can score on the other end. All right, who we got? He couldn't because of COVID. Yes, exactly. So with our middle school drills, for the middle school drills, see, we had judgment shots, 7-minute shooting, cops and robbers, pump fake to escape dribble, battle ropes, backboard alley-oop. Let's talk about battle ropes real quick. All right, battle ropes are when we have those really, really heavy ropes, and they're connected to like the wall, the door, with like a little strap. And you go like this with the ropes, like this, like that, all those things. I know that you guys know what I'm talking about, so I won't show them all, but like this, all right, whole bunch of different things. Those strengthen your arms. But the hardest part about putting that in the book is that I know not everyone has those. It probably costs like $60. A way around that, ask your parents to buy it for you for your birthday. I don't know. It's one of the things in the book that you have to buy, along with like the ladders, the speed ladders, the wrist rollers, right? And again, we don't even sell the battle ropes on our website. So you have to buy it from probably Amazon or something like that. A way to overcome that could be what they do for your upper body is huge, right? And it makes your upper body huge. Right? It makes your upper body dynamically large. And it's a huge like basketball thing because a lot of things that you do are throwing, pushing. It's like dynamic movement, and dynamic movement means I'm moving and being strong at the same time. Right? Which is basketball, as opposed to like football where you're standing still and being strong. It's a different kind of strength. So you have that dynamic strength, and you add to your speed, so you can like run faster, things like that. So the battle ropes assist in your dynamic strength, and a way to kind of fake that, I guess the only closest one that I could think of are like push-ups. Just doing a bunch of push-ups and getting stronger in your upper body, so that you can throw the ball further, so that you can push off harder, so you can like hit people harder. But again, if can get the battle ropes, ask your parents. And how you ask them is, you don't say, "Can I have them?" or like, "Hey, give me $60 now, mom, or I'll hate you." Don't say that. What you want to say is, "Here's something that I want, and I would like to know from you, how can I earn this over the course of the next year?" I think that sounds fair enough. And just say whether it's like making breakfast every day, taking up the trash every day. $60 in a year is manageable for like the poorest person, for a kid. I mean, you'd say, "Hey, you want me to stop eating candy for a month?" Like, but how can I afford this? And I think most parents would just be like, "You really want it that badly? All right, I got you. And you're going to use it." So they're pretty important. Why I really like them is that not only is it dynamic strength for basketball, it's a workout that isn't dangerous. Because a lot of workouts, they're dangerous. Not only is like the metal plates, it can fall on you and stuff like that. The free the freestyle weights, a lot of kids will use them wrong. So instead of lifting like straight up with your back perfect, they'll be like this and lift like one at a time or whatever. You'll lift incorrectly. So then you'll end up hurting your body. But with the ropes, it's a natural movement. You can't really mess up. And it can't be too much weight or too less weight, because it's like, if you do it this much versus this much, you're doing as much as you can. It's perfect. So I really like this workout because it fits in with such a small base to such a large base. I mean, you can be too strong for certain like battle ropes, but you can just get heavier ropes. But you really can't be too weak to do them. So I really like it for kids. The battle ropes are huge. All right. So again, if you can get some, do it. If you can't, push-ups. That's a free one. You guys all have hands and arms. And even if you don't, I mean, heck, you have one arm maybe. I don't know. After that, I have no idea. All right. Anyways, we're also doing backboard alley oops today for our isolation workout. The reason I like backboard alley oops is because of the timing of the jump. All right. And I'm thinking later on, at some point in time, this live stream will just be me streaming each workout. All right. I think that's the best way. All right. To manage this time, actually show you guys the workouts, because I'm about to walk through the mid post series, and that's hard. All right. And if you guys just like look at the video, sometimes you don't have a chance to ask questions. Sometimes you're not seeing it live, so it goes too fast for you. All right. So I'll use more this time to walk through each and every single workout. And again, I need you guys doing your workouts. I told Ian over the last like couple of weeks, he's been trying to do 6 hours a day, which is a lot. It's awesome, right? He's doing the 2 hours in the morning. He's doing the one private session, doing one actual workout, doing like 30 minutes to an hour on his own to film some like challenge stuff, and then doing our isolation workout. And whenever he didn't do it, then he had like punishments for it. We were just doing this whole thing. But now I backed it off, and I felt like maybe it was too much for him mentally, maybe. But I told him, only do what's in the book. And what's in the book is a lot less time than that. All right, you take the 6 workouts that you're supposed to do, and you divide it over the course of an hour. So you do 10 minutes per workout. So just set a timer, 10 minutes, and you work as hard as you can for that time doing that drill. All right, so if you were the middle school, you would do judgment shots for that time. For judgment shots, it's I'm going to shoot the ball. You get your parents in on it or another player. Or, I mean, you could do it by yourself if you filmed it. You have to modify stuff. But you say, is my elbow in when I shoot? Or is it out when I shoot? That's it. You ask them one question, and then you shoot, and they say yes or no. Or you say, am I fully extended when I shoot? Am I fully extended for the duration of the shot? Or you can say like, did my arm and my leg snap up at the same time for my shots? Again, judgment shots get you thinking about your shot, but also get your partner to be able to see what an actual shot is and be able to judge it. All right, so I like judgment shots a lot as well. All right, story of the day. No, let me skip that. Let's go with the high school drills. High school drills, you guys are supposed to be doing the clap dribble. You can do that. You can do that against the wall. All right. The clap dribble, we can do it against the wall. We can go cross in front of yourself, between the legs, behind the back. But whenever you go behind the back, you want to slap the wall. Then you go cross in front, between the leg, behind the back, slap the wall. And you keep going faster. If you have a partner, they can slap your hand. That's how the drill is supposed to be. But again, we're modifying all these drills because of the quarantine. So you have to get really creative. All right. And if anyone's ever watched Rocky, any of the Rockies, but probably Rocky 4. If you watch Creed, he did the same thing in Creed 2, kind of. But in Rocky 4, he was going up against the Russian, and the Russian was working out in this like high tech facility. And every drill that he did, he like carried something big. He would go like this. I'm sorry. He had like this machine, and he would go. And then Rocky would do the same exact drill, but he didn't have a machine because he was in a barn. So he took a log and went like this. So he's like practicing doing the same exact drills, but in like a low budget way. So for you guys who are in quarantine and you don't have all the gear, all the stuff necessary, you can do the same thing, but in a low budget way. So get creative with it. Figure out ways that you can do it. So that clap dribble, I mean, if you guys watched the clap dribble online and saw that you needed a partner, and we're like, how can I find a partner? Oh my God. And you guys like were thinking, should I ask my mom? Oh my God, she doesn't know how to dribble between our legs. But you never thought about slapping the wall. You have a bad imagination. All right. So get really creative and figure out ways to do these drills without an indoor court, without a partner, whatever you have to do. Or you can tell your older brother and sister, or your dad, or your mom to help you out. All right. So get creative and figure it out. You have never seen every Rocky movie? Oh, you have seen every Rocky movie. That's cool, Gavin. Yeah, Rocky's a great movie. It's great. All right. And what else we have? Pick and roll, flip flop. It's a good one. Fly drill, using the ladders. Again, something else that you have to buy. Press break and give and go. Trick dribbles are fun. And then triangle cuts for shots. For trick dribbles, it's all of our tricks. Like spinning the ball in your hand, throwing the ball high, catching off the bounce, going between your legs, scissors, any kind of tricks that you do, because you have to have fun too as well. All right. The story of the day is it's just like this show, but way better. There's a movie that's one day going to be made about your life. All right. And it's your job to make sure that this movie is great. So ask yourself every day, why is today going to be one of the chapters in the movie? All right. Because again, we just talked about Rocky. If Rocky went out there and was like, I want to be the best boxer ever, and he did exactly what you did today, like you guys are all watching this right now, but I'm guessing the majority of you guys did not work out this morning. All right. If all he did was sleep all day and they put that in the movie, nobody would watch that movie. All right. You want to make sure that you're doing all the things necessary to make your movie amazing on a daily basis. So when people ask you a question, hey, you want to go play basketball today? That should be the easiest answer in the world. Or hey, you want to work out? Or like if your parents go, hey, you're part of Pepsi All Stars and they go 7 days a week. Would you like to work out today? And the camera's on you. The millions of people are watching. They all have the remote in their hand or they're all ready to leave out the theater as well. And all depends on your next answer. And if you say, I'm too tired today, boom, that quote is in the commercial. That's the movie that you're trying to sell. That's your name brand. All right. Right on the screen, you're trying to get everyone to watch your movie, and they go, hey, John Sanders. I'm like, yeah. Do you want to go work out today? And I'm like, nah, I'm a little tired. That's my movie. Is anyone going to watch that movie? Maybe, but some weird people, but no one of any worth. It's going to make like $0 in the movie theater, maybe like $5 from your parents watching. All right. That's about it. No Rocky ones though. Oh, no Rocky ones. I get it. No Rocky type of movies. So speaking of movies, make sure that you watch your movies as well. All right. The movies are for the month again. I told you guys last time. If you want to watch it, watch it. I think Ian just watched. What did he just watch? Rudy, but I don't think he's seen Major League yet. So he needs to order that. And I know your parents can afford $4, guys. It's online on YouTube. You can order that stuff anytime. I'm going to turn this thing around, and we're going to get through the mid post series real quick. Then we're going to end it, and then do that for the isolation. All right, and I'll come back to say bye and stuff. All right. Anyway, let me switch this thing around. What we got? See this? Where's the court for me? Right there. Perfect. All right. Hope you guys can hear me. All right. So for the mid post series, I'm going to start down low on the block. We're going to spin the ball up to the free throw line. When you catch it, you're going to step toward the basket with the inside foot. So if I caught it going at this angle, my inside closest foot is this one. I have the ball up high and I'm down low. This is a slow drill. All right. So you take your time. And I immediately, first thing that I do after I get the ball high is I step toward the defender like this. So I step in between his legs and I will inch back. All right. And for the first one, I'm going to step up, keep the ball high, and I'm going to shoot that shot. All right. So off the jab step, inch back, and then shoot that shot. And if anyone can tell, I'm doing it off my wrong leg. If I caught the ball this way, I would do it off this leg. So when we're inside the 3-point line, the leg that we use doesn't matter anymore. For our low post moves, for the mid post moves, we can use either leg. Because we want to be as quick as possible. And you can shoot off either leg from the inside. You just can't do that from the 3-point line. All right. So we're right here, inch back, and then shoot that shot. For the next drill, same thing. Start down low, spin it out, catch, long step again, inch back, and now they're up on us. So now we're going to sweep through and go for a layup. So you go from here, sweep through. Notice that I lowered it first, all the way down to the ground. I go like this, long step, and I dribble at the same time as that foot. So I go here, 1, 2, 3. I hide the ball on this side, and it's high. And then I shoot that shot. All right, so watch it again. I go here, step long, inch back. Then I rip through, 1, 2, and then I shoot my shot. All right, so you want to rip through. And now if they want to stop that, it's a fast rip, strong rip with dynamic strength. He has to beat me fast and go fast that way. Now I'm going to get him with the spin. So again, I spin out, catch it up high. Right here is where I'm better than you guys. Just right there, the beginning of this. I can tell that I'm a better basketball player if I was watching it than you guys. You would catch it like this. You lost already. If you catch the ball like this, people will think that you're a pro for at least a second. All right, so you're here, step long, and now I must take 2 steps with 1 dribble. Go like this, rip through, 1, 2. Before the ball touches my hand again, 1, 2. Here, 1, 2, spin, then score. I catch the ball with the outside of my hand on the spin. Last one is fake spin. Spin up again. Catch it high. I'm like this. Rip through. 1, 2. Fake spin. I turn my head. Another thing you guys forget to do. Turn your upper body. Turn your head. Then come back for a jump shot. So again, it's like this. Up. Forward. Inch back. Slowly. So you can read them. Take your time. You own him. I inch back. Through. Big spin. Like that. And, oh, I missed it. Horrible shot. So those, and then off the backboard alley-oops. Off the backboard, catching in the air, then scoring it. That's what we're doing later on. All right. And that's what we got today. And I will see you guys later on, about 30 minutes. All right, make sure that you guys work on this stuff maybe beforehand so that you can get ready for it. You can also put in the hours right now. So if you are at your gym, there's nothing stopping you from getting all the reps in the world right now. So when you do it, it's just 60 seconds of you showing off for me. All right, it's up to you. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.